Hello and welcome to ShreeTree Solutions and ShreeTree.com. In part 3 of this series, what is Web 3.0 or blockchain, we look at the building blocks and key concepts of a blockchain network. First of all, as the name suggests, blockchain is a chain of blocks linked together. So these blocks contain information. It can be any information. And these blocks are chronologically connected. So block 0 comes first, then block 1, then block 2, etc. And these blocks are very tightly connected with each other. We can also say blockchain is a distributed ledger. It's a record of transactions that is owned by everybody. There is no single entity or corporation that owns those records or transactions. In terms of configuration, the picture here is a sample representation of how a blockchain network looks like. Blockchain consists of a network of computers or devices called nodes, and they're connected directly to each other. So it's a peer-to-peer network. There are no intermediaries. It's completely decentralized, and you don't need to trust any intermediaries. In other words, it's a trustless network. Another key feature of blockchain is that the transactions on blockchain cannot be altered or deleted. You can add transactions to the blockchain, but you cannot delete or modify any existing transactions. So that makes blockchain what's called immutable or tamper resistant. Now let's see how blockchain ensures immutability or integrity of data. Each block in blockchain has a timestamp and is connected to the previous block and to the next block. So you cannot insert a malicious block in between any two existing blocks. Also, you cannot delete an existing block because if you delete any block, that will break the entire chain from that block onwards. Now, how do we connect each block to the previous block and to the next block? That is done through a technique called cryptographic hashing. We'll discuss hashing in a separate video. Next, how does blockchain ensure rightful ownership of the data? So that is accomplished through digital signatures. Everyone on blockchain can generate their own public and private key pairs. Public key is like your email address, and private key is like your password. So every piece of data committed on the network, published on the network, is digitally signed by the sender using their own private key. Once the data is published on the network, it can be verified by other parties using the sender's public key. So this guarantees that the user who created the data on the blockchain network is the rightful owner of that piece of data or transaction. One huge advantage of blockchain is that it doesn't have a single point of failure. So hundreds or even sometimes thousands of nodes store a copy of the same data. So each node has a full up-to-date copy of the entire ledger. This means that unlike a traditional database, there's no single point of failure. Even if a majority of the nodes say stop working or go offline, the network will still continue to function. Blockchain also runs something called smart contracts. So these are a piece of code or a computer program that self-executes when certain predetermined conditions are met. No human intervention is required. Smart contracts, they have thousands of real-world applications and use cases. We'll talk about smart contracts in a separate video. And there are lots of other features and benefits of blockchain. So this video has given an overview of blockchain in a very simple terms. So we'll discuss the applications of blockchain in a future video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, ShreeTree Solutions, and website, ShreeTree.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.